discuss the latest and greatest results from this weekend's Premier League fixtures.
The greatest weekend.
Are we crying this weekend?
I am.
Yeah. We'll get to why you're crying in a few.
We need a whole fucking episode for that.
Yeah, that's a little therapy session.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Damn,
Bro, she left you already, bro.
That's crazy. Please come back.
Well, you know who Tottenham's going to need back?
All
James
of them.
Maddison.
James Maddison.
Christian Romero off of a red card. Mickey Van de Ven looked like he pulled his hamstring, maybe even snapped it.
First game back.
It's not looking good, bro.
It's not looking good, bro.
Yeah, it's honestly that game, the Tottenham Chelsea fixture, is always kind of nuts.
Yep.
Like, I think in my brain, the fixture I remember the most was the goal that Eden Hazard scores against them for City to win the league that year, because he knocks them out statistically. But I feel like it's always nuts. In terms of lineups, we saw probably what I would say is the best lineup from both of these squads.
Both teams, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if Chelsea had to pick an 11, and Cuckoo would get in there somewhere, probably where Gallagher played. But other than that, they got Reece James back, and he looked pretty good. Cole Palmer looked great today. Nico Jackson, even though he scores
A hat trick?
a hat trick, looks
Like
not.
something.
It looked better.
Cuckoo would have had freaking
15.
12 goals, yeah.
Jackson, best striker in the league. Hat trick alert. No one's going to stop him.
Wanka alert.
You only just need to take out 2 defenders. Then you're good.
Nicholas Jackson, stay on side challenge, level impossible.
Level impossible for sure.
Play against a starting 11? No, thank you.
No
9
thanks.
players, please.
9 players, and Udogi's gone. Van de Ven gets injured, and Romero gets sent off.
Yeah, but one of them is dog shit.
Who?
Christian Romero.
Yeah, the hype around him is crazy.
Oh, he's not even
sometimes.
top 10 center back in the league, bro.
I think he's a top 10 center back in the league when he's not just being
Christian Romero.
Christian Romero.
Yeah, when he's
because
not
he's
playing like
actually
himself.
just like
When he
an
forgets
idiot.
his identity.
Yeah, he forgets that he's playing football instead of in the middle of the UFC.
He really is just a violent man.
Very violent. And he has a history of this, and it kind of starts with, the game starts and Heung-min Son scores a goal. It was a great goal. Don't know why there's that much space in the midfield. Madison drops deep, passes it up to Sar. Sar gives it to Kulusevski, and Kulusevski scores one off of Colwell. Sorry, Son doesn't score a goal. And then Son scores an offside goal.
Yeah.
That is really tight. And right after that, at about the 20th minute, I feel like, is where things start getting a little chippy, when Udogi almost 2 foot Sterling. And then you get a goal ruled out for Raheem Sterling off of a handball. You get a goal ruled out for offsides on Nico Jackson, which I think is harsh because, A, it's a great strike by Caicedo. It's phenomenal place in the bottom left-hand corner.
Banga.
And I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because he's definitely kind of in the way of the goalie seeing it, but he's so far away from the goalie.
If he's in the way, then it's offside.
If he's in the way,
Yep.
All right.
don't matter.
Don't matter.
Honestly, though, Raheem Sterling kind of
Ass, bro.
Him and Jackson, bro, can't hit water out of a boat, bro.
Offside merchants.
Bro, just be running and go. And then this is my problem. They run to the thing, even offside, and they still miss the goal.
Yeah. Vicario also had an insane game.
Yeah, he looks like maybe the second best goalie in the league.
Sweeper keeper, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
he's pretty good. He
there's
got a lot
so
of shots on
many-
target. In this league, has
Yeah,
the
he's
most shot
pretty
on
good.
target. Most shots on target. That's why I don't why is Romero good, bro? Why is
He's
Mickey
not.
Van de Ven good? If your goalkeeper is facing the most shots on target in the league,
Yeah, they
he's the one
definitely-
that's saving you, not you.
Yeah. I think Van de Ven definitely has a shout for being a great center back, but I think Romero is just too error prone. He gives up 2 goals in that Arsenal game off of a handball and the own goal that he blocks into his own goal. And then in this game, Thiago Silva runs into his back and he gets pissed off on the ground, kicks out at Colwell. Already could get carded for that because he's kicking out at somebody, and it's not a hard kick, but it's stupid and reckless. And then come down the other side of the field, they score that Moises Caicedo goal, but it gets ruled out. And then they review for a penalty where he's like clearing the ball and just goes studs up through the ball into Enzo Fernandez's foot. And it's a red card, which it's absolutely deserved. It's like almost a mirror image of that Malo Gusto red card.
Yeah, there's been quite a few.
Was this a straight red? Because he was on yellow,
it was a
right?
straight.
It was
Nope.
straight red.
He did not have a yellow. It was a straight red.
Okay.
And this
I
is
thought
like
it was on a yellow beforehand.
Nope.
at least there's some consistency with these tackles where they go through the ball, studs up into the ankle, red card.
That's all you can ask for is consistency at this
Which
point.
there isn't any other than maybe that.
Yeah. I think that other than that, every weekend we have like new controversy to talk about. And this game, to a certain degree, is kind of ruined by probably like 10 to 15 minutes of VAR reviewing offsides calls, these different penalty shouts. Like so much of the like life out of the game gets just like sucked out of it because the ref can't make the right call.
You know what's weird? A lot of the offsides were just hella late. Like it was like 4 or 5 of them. Like, dog, just call it. Don't wait until they just call it at that point. I don't know. It was like hella late.
Yeah, it's the rule now, though.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a little bit more leniency in the rule because, like, if you're at half field and you call an offside, I mean, I guess he's probably on a breakaway in on goal because you're playing like a really high line and he's on an offsides trap. But I don't know. It's just difficult because refs, like the sideline referees, have like a 94% accuracy. They're good at their job, but
yeah, they're scared to get
this
abused.
is like dangerous. Like,
I mean, they're not. I mean, they're literally doing their job. That's what they have to do now. Is they have to wait. But if you wait, that's so much time that somebody could get injured or. That's
Killed.
really it. Yeah, somebody could get injured.
Yeah, Mickey Van de Ven's out until January. Apparently, he tore his hamstring.
Man. Oh, seriously? That's a
Madison
huge...
is day to day.
Okay,
so he's not.
Is this the beginning of the end of the Cinderella story?
Well, this was what I was talking about in the last episode that I was in. I don't know. I think it might have been last week because if Madison gets injured or Son gets injured, I feel like this team drops dramatically in production. Like, you're going to see a midfield of Bentancur, Sarr, and Bissouma if Madison's out. Where is the attacking presence?
Yeah, but I think that's up to the manager at the end of the day. If a manager's good, he'll figure it out.
I think Bentancur will bring enough, not nearly enough as Madison, but he's also just coming off
an ACL
a
injury.
season-ending injury.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I mean, now you're 2 center backs, one gone till January, one on a red card.
For 3 games.
You got Deer. Are we going back to we going back to the old school Tottenham?
Hey, Eric Dyer's a baller, man.
I don't think
Is he, though?
I think he's like...
Okay.
Yeah,
Mid-table.
he's fine to have as like your third choice. I
Yeah,
bet,
but then
like, man, you would kill
Who's
for Eric
paired
Dyer right
with
now.
him?
I think in this game it ends up being
Emerson Royale.
Yeah, at center back. Wow, who should not be at center back.
What I thought was interesting was Ange still playing a high line, even with like men like down.
Hilarious.
I think he just knows.
And he said, "And it, lads, you guys got to go and just score a goal." And he just played out like an extremely high line because I think he just thought like, yeah, these dudes are offside all game, so you just got to risk it.
I mean, shoot.
Well, Cole Palmer converts that penalty. And Vicario, honestly, does really well.
It's a great pen.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic penalty. And then, the subs come in right after halftime. Emerson Royale comes on for Van de Ven, and Højbjerg comes on for Madison. And then you have, or not right after halftime, like right at the 45-minute mark, you have all of that added time that kind of needs to be played out like 10-plus minutes because of the VAR checks and everything.
Yeah, I was at work, and I checked my phone and it said like 57th minute, and I was like, huh. And then like 5 minutes later it said halftime, and I was like, wait, what the hell's going on?
Dude, it was nuts. I was listening to it at work, and I was like, every like 10 seconds I would like look over to the other screen because I'm just like, bro, what is happening right now? Like every 5 seconds there was some kind of VAR decision. Second half comes, and Udogie, who is on a yellow for kind of a reckless 2-footed challenge on Raheem Sterling, goes in on Raheem Sterling again.
They got beef.
Yeah, they do. Well, he's like kicking himself afterwards because he's young, he's inexperienced, and he's having a fantastic season thus far. But he just makes a stupid challenge and gets sent off, and then it's 9v11. And, like, to Tottenham's credit, for 15-ish minutes, Chelsea did not look like scoring, like, at all. It was just constantly being offsides.
Reminds me of a certain team that held a certain team to one goal until the very end with an own goal with 9 men. You can't do it like us, Tottenham.
I would say that this is like payback, but it's not because Liverpool didn't deserve the calls that went against them.
Yeah.
Tottenham absolutely did.
I don't think the refereeing was poor today. I just think that there were so many things to run through VAR that it just ended up being the VAR show. But what can you do? You have to, you know?
Yeah, and I don't think this is like that big of a mark on Tottenham's season because this is such a like crazy game where Romero gets sent off and Udogie gets sent off, and you just have it's just pure chaos. And Chelsea, if they weren't able to get a result out of this, like it would be a giant blemish on their record. I don't really take anything out of this other than the injuries for Tottenham.
Yeah. Plus they got it to the point that like we're getting pretty close to the January transfer window, so maybe Tottenham goes and splashes some money and fills some of the holes up. But yeah, if I'm Ange, I'm getting at least one center back, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's available.
I mean, if there's any position on your team where you want somebody that's cool, calm, and collected,
it's a center back.
It's gotta be a center back, yeah.
I mean, goalie too and striker, but
Yeah.
like center back. And this man is absolutely nothing. He's none of those three things.
Yeah, I think both of them are not as good as people are saying.
I think Van de Ven.
You would have loved to have Mickey Van de Ven.
We have the better Dutch dude already, so I'm not even worried about it.
Sven Botman.
Yeah.
Who Lascelles has looked better than since being in.
Well, if he takes his
I thought
spot,
we had the best defense last year, man.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and he was the reason that we had
I don't know if he's the sole reason, but I think Van de Ven right now is like possibly the second best center back in the league on form to Saliba.
Nah,
Who is that?
I think so. I think
Virgil
Van Disney.
Van Disney, man.
Van Disney.
The slander's real.
You got the City
always
center
real.
backs are pretty cracked, man.
Yeah, I mean they're the number one defense.
They
in the
got
league.
like 6 center backs that also play
and the
wing
midfield.
back, and midfield.
They got like 7 of them in the back.
They just don't even have positions over at Man City anymore. Back to this game.
Positionless football, mate.
Well,
I mean the rest of this game is boring because.
I was just gonna say, I love it, mate. It's
Tottenham
wonderful, you know. all these Tottenham fans, man,
Especially
they've been
one
talking
Tottenham
so
fan.
big, but this is a humbling experience. And now, let's. What did I send earlier? Let's talk about their upcoming games now that they've got injury woes and some cards to deal with.
They're going to be playing.
They play
Newcastle?
easy. No, they play an easy game next week.
They play Wolves next week, which, as Newcastle knows, isn't necessarily an easy game.
Yeah, City knows that too.
But Wolves is now missing Pedro Neto.
Yeah.
And they just came off of a result that they're not very happy with.
They play bounce back game.
Then they play Villa.
Then they play Villa.
But Villa also just got smacked around.
You can't underestimate a bounce back game.
Then you can't underestimate them.
Yeah. Tottenham can bounce back.
I don't care. So they play Villa, and then they play City, and then they play West Ham, and then they play Newcastle.
But they own City though. Let's be for
real.
That's
what the Tottenham people have been saying.
Is it home?
What do they?
Home,
what do you mean they own them,
bro? Pep has never won at the London Stadium.
Really? Is that true?
I think he has never won.
I'd like to fact check that.
I would too. I just don't feel like he's. I mean, maybe he has. The London Stadium hasn't been around that long, like 2 years.
3-point lane.
So he's played twice there and lost both times.
Never.
Nah, but he hasn't beat Tottenham away for I don't think ever.
I mean, they have definitely been the boogeyman for a while for Man City, but I think that Man City also might go into those games kind of underestimating them. And this year, I don't think they have really the capability of underestimating this team because they're absolutely a force. I just think the injuries are going to really hurt this team.
October 12th, 2023. Sunday's result means Guardiola remains without a win in 5 attempts at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The longest away losing streak against an opponent in his managerial career.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Yeah, Tottenham owned that bald fraud.
Yeah, that bald fraud. Anyways, Raheem Sterling breaks out of the defense, or breaks past Emerson Royale in the defense, and hands Nico Jackson his first of 3 late second half goals that are all tap-ins, except for the last one where he has to round the keeper. Good to see him get on the score sheet again, because he's definitely lacking in confidence. There's a couple chances in this game. The one that Højbjerg clears off the line, and then also the one in the first half where he is just bearing down on goal for free. Can't put it past him.
And then like the 6 offsides.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Palmer, Man City product, is the heart of this team.
This is very
true. He is
true.
actually very good. And a snag maybe for $40 million.
He looks like way better than a $40 million
Enzo
player.
Fernandez, Wankawatch?
Maybe not. I don't think so. I think
he was hurt.
I think if anybody is going to be Jackson, even though he scored a hat trick, he needed
putting him on Wankawatch?
Yeah.
This is the best game of his career as a Chelsea player.
But if you look how he plays, it's like if tomorrow Ivan Toney goes, "Hey, can I play with you guys?" And they'll be like, "Jackson, go home."
Yeah, but
never come back.
Okay.
Ivan Toney would cost them triple what Jackson cost
Callum
them.
Wilson will take his spot.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah, he's just not like that striker. Like even like he needed like a lot of chances.
In Enzo's 58 minutes today, 56% accurate long balls, 0 out of 3 tackles won, 5 out of 9 ground duels won, 56%.
I think he was hurt because he did not look right, and they took him off for that
Yeah, I
reason.
think he's class, world class probably.
No, I don't know about that. But
he's really good.
He's a DM when I just said those numbers.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a DM, but
he's an 8 box to box lad.
Yeah. Moises Caicedo is definitely the DM in that team. Nico Jackson, 22 years of age, and has played like less than 30 top flight level games. Like, he played the last half of the season at Valencia last year, and then this year has played 7 games. And he's got 5 goals in the Premier League season, but I don't know if we can make a definitive decision.
He looks
definitive decision.
I think he looks very like physically capable.
Yeah, but I was hearing Drogba shouts. So
yeah. Well, dude, you don't listen to the Chelsea fans. Like I was definitely saying at the beginning of the year, like I thought he could score like 15 goals just from what he was doing in the preseason, and I think that is like a far cry from where he is, but he could score 10 and then get even better next year and could be a product for the future. But I would not be surprised if they went out in January and bought like Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about these 2 dog shit teams all day if we wanted to. Now it's time to talk about 2 other dog shit teams.
2 other dog shit
real
teams.
team, Luton Town.
Yeah. Luton Town playing against Liverpool.
Embarrassing, man.
At Kenilworth Road.
Embarrassing.
Luton Town packing it in.
Embarrassing.
Like a bunch of sardines.
I'm going to let Mo get in what he can. Go ahead, bro. Let's hear it.
This dude was saying, he's like, y'all's team never know, like, 1 point can mean everything. Y'all lost every single Premier League by 1 point. This is the game that you have to win. Have to. Bro, you're playing against plumbers. Bro, they literally, your midfield costs more than their whole team. No, like you want to buy Luton? Sell your midfield, and you can buy the whole actual, like, rights and everything, and y'all still lost.
You can just buy the team.
You can just buy the team and have them like as a B team. Call them like some Liverpool 2. I don't know, but this is a disgrace. This is not a good result for Liverpool. I was thinking 6-7. Darwin Nunez missing weird chances.
Yeah,
back to his old ways.
Oh,
he might be, dude. The one chance that really sticks out is obviously the one where he's like 2 feet away and blows it over, but. He had a couple other opportunities early on in that game to bury one, couldn't, and then
some good shots. He had some good shots on target.
To his credit, Mo Salah like fucks up that header.
Yeah, he should have scored.
He should score that header.
Absolutely. I mean,
Nunes should absolutely score the ball that gets played to him.
I feel like Nunes just needs to learn how to not try to put his boot through every ball that he shoots. That literally just needed a touch.
Just like a little direction.
Just a little touch.
A gust of wind.
Yeah. I mean, goodness gracious, man. I feel like he's going through these highs and lows, and like when he's scoring, his confidence skyrockets, and then like he just like this game, there were so many times, and I love him taking shots, but like he was just shooting it. You know what I mean? Like he was just shooting from wherever.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
But I like him, but he's still an idiot, bro.
I don't know if he's an idiot.
Nah, bro.
All right.
He's an idiot.
I mean,
when I was looking at like every week that Chelsea loses, somebody on the podcast is like, "Oh, well, Chelsea product, whoever played really well for a different team." And I thought after this Tottenham game, we were going to have to do the exact same thing for Ross Barkley. Because he actually was maybe the best player on the pitch for me. He like the way that he relieved pressure for them and got them out on the break was insane. He looked back to like when people thought he was going to be like the next big English midfielder. But big week for Chelsea. They actually won a game, and one of their players that they sold off looked good.
Big week.
Did they sell him
big
off?
week.
Did they sell? I think he just left.
I don't know if they.
No, they didn't sell him to Luton Town.
Yeah, they didn't sell him to Luton. They might have sold him to
Everton. No, he came from Everton.
I think he was like a free agent type of thing. Just his contract ran.
He went to Everton, and then he went to OG Nice.
Bro. Played you off the park, bro.
They played us off the park.
Dude,
let's talk some stats if you want to say they played us off the park.
They obviously did not play Liverpool
bro,
off the park.
The statistics don't matter. The result matters at the end of the day.
If you're going to make general comments like they played us off the park, then statistics
Dominic
definitely...
Soulsby, the signing of the season, he did not look good against
Today was
Ross
the first
Barkley.
time that he looked human.
Agreed.
In this league.
I mean, honestly, the whole midfield looked very human, and the team itself looked very human. It was a short rest period for them. Oh my goodness.
So sad.
I would like all of the listeners to remember a one time that Newcastle drew with Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Okay.
And if you don't remember correctly, they bailed out. They got bailed out by.
It's not a bailout.
Really. That penalty you guys won against Wolves was
soft, but shit, we get it.
We get it.
We get that shit.
Okay.
Wolves just lost to Sheffield.
So Wolves beat City, and City won the treble.
League, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
So in this game, there's another, in my opinion, big piece of controversy that like didn't really get looked at all that much from the VAR. That is absolutely a handball on Ross Barkley in the box.
It's been called a handball every other time this season.
It was called a handball today against what's it called? He's blocking a header with his arm.
He's blocking
with his hand
a goal,
up like
a shot on goal.
Yeah, and the exact same handball where the guy's arm is in that same position got called a handball today. And the only reason why they haven't called that today is because of like the gravity of the call. You are going to take away a goal from Tahith Chong and Luton Town that is like going to be the biggest result in probably the Premier League in like 15 years if they end up winning this game. Yeah. And then on the other end, you're giving Liverpool a goal. Like you're giving Liverpool a penalty. And don't get me wrong, they can obviously miss that, but
come on.
Like I think they've just gone with the emotion of the game and they're like, this shit's going to sell. We have to just like let it stand. And Liverpool should honestly be outraged.
Yeah, but Liverpool should win 7-0.
Yes, they should.
Maybe they would have after that.
You never know.
They didn't. They didn't score any other goals.
I mean, I think you're severely underplaying how difficult it can be to break a team that has every one of their players playing defense for 90 minutes.
But Chelsea did it, so you should be able to too.
What are you talking about?
Chelsea beat them 3-0. You should be able to beat them, and you're better than Chelsea.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm just saying it's not like it's hard, but not that hard for you to beat a team that costs $10 million.
I think it's any given Sunday, man. Yeah. City lost to Wolves. Like
we were talking about this before we started shooting. I mean, this is what Manchester City has done to this league. Is in previous seasons before the City dominance, games like this where you get a equalizer at the end at the death means something. But if you're not winning, you're losing now.
I had a question. I was thinking about this when I was driving.
Yeah.
It's about Liverpool. It's not really particular to this game, but I feel like Liverpool doesn't have any pull when it comes to signing players. I can't think of a player that's a superstar. Like, this dude's, like, supposed to be good signing for Liverpool. It's always, like, low-key signings. Like, do you guys agree with that?
No.
Like, I can't name a single...
McAllister.
He's not a superstar, dog. He's not, like, a superstar player.
Because he's not banging in goals.
No, but he isn't.
I think that's harsh. Just because Liverpool never spends...
I think they make him, but they don't, like with Caicedo, like, I don't want to go there type of thing. Like,
because they don't follow the hype train. They don't have pull.
No, I think it's partially because, like, Chelsea's going to give you way more money. Like, Chelsea is going to pay you wages that are out of this world compared to what Liverpool is going to pay.
Why are you getting mad? It's just a question, man.
That's a dumb question.
Not really,
I don't
because,
think it's a
like,
dumb
United
question.
have pull. City have pretty good pull, like, signing players. You guys are not that broke,
I mean,
not to pay someone. It's not like they're paying Enzo, like, incredible amounts or something.
We've signed, probably 3 or 4 players from under Man United in the last year. Gakpo.
He's not a
Nunes.
superstar, though. Maybe
Yeah,
Nunes.
but young talent. I mean, Nunes is like
Maybe Nunes
the
was
second best striker talent in the world at the time. It was like
we got VVD,
but
instead of
I think
Man
maybe
City.
that's the only one that I can think of, actually. Like, everyone,
VVD,
like a lot of people wanted him, but other than that, like Jude Bellingham, Enzo, Caicedo, it's just like these big talent, big name players. And they, like, decided, like, nah, I don't want to go there. And, like, with Jude, you can't say you don't have money because you did want to cash out 115 on Caicedo 3 weeks later. It's just like...
Because we were trying to fill a hole.
Yeah. I mean, that's a hole that even Jude would not
You
have
still
filled.
haven't filled it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
that's
We're
true.
going to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
they
like-
need to.
But
I would say Szoboszlai is almost superstar level.
And
Like, he is...
And that's why I say it's the hype train, because I still don't understand how he went under the radar so much to the point that we got him for as little as we did.
It's because of the release clause.
Well, that's why they got him for as little as they did. But I think that...
No, it's because you have to pay the whole release clause, and
Yeah.
they haven't spent money. So
Well,
they
you just pay that full
yeah,
amount.
yeah.
But
pay
my point
70
is, like,
million immediately.
Why isn't he viewed as a potential superstar?
I'm talking about, like let's say a player that's already, like,
Because
this
don't,
is this
we
dude.
don't go after players.
He's gonna
like that.
come here and he's gonna be good. You know this, like Declan
I mean,
Rice.
We just don't go after players like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, Liverpool
That's
has
just like
never
the
gone
game
after players
plan.
like that, yeah. They would prefer to spend money on somebody that they can develop into a player like Declan Rice.
That was just a question I had. I was thinking about. I can't think of like a big star.
I can't
coming
either. I'd
in.
say Nunes is, because Nunes is like...
Like Chelsea, Arsenal, they all like have a player that before coming to that team, he's like, yeah, this dude's gonna cook.
Yeah, that's just not really Liverpool's MO.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but I think that might change just because they're going to have to start spending more if they want to stay relevant.
They do spend money. They spend quite a bit.
I mean, they do, but they don't...
They don't break the bank.
I wouldn't say they break the bank, yeah. Like...
They did sign the most expensive
I mean,
defender and goalkeeper in the same window.
that's true.
And they did spend like 80 million on Darwin Nunez, so it's not like he was like 20, 30, 40.
You may not consider them superstars.
So now
but
you're going back on.
No. He's not going back on it. He's saying they weren't superstars, but they were expensive.
It's like tomorrow.
They weren't like the namesake.
Liverpool
of Van
signed.
Dijk.
Liverpool signed. What's it called? Kylian Mbappe. That's a superstar. This dude, like, he's coming in and he's.
There's
gonna
like
cook.
3 teams in the world that can sign that player, though. Like 3.
I think Liverpool is one of them if they really wanted to.
But
if they really
Liverpool
pushed it.
doesn't sign players whose
I think Liverpool-
egos are bigger than the club.
Yeah.
Like it's not just about.
It was just a question
The
I had.
hype.
I just can't think of any players who are like.
I agree.
All right.
Caicedo was almost one of them.
Enough of the Liverpool speak. Let's end it with Luis Diaz scoring a 95th minute equalizer
Beautiful.
and then doing a tribute to his father, who I think has been released at this point.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah.
They didn't give him a yellow card too.
They didn't?
No.
Good.
He
They
said-
shouldn't have.
Are you sure he's been released?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been released there.
Mhm.
I think his shirt said, "Please release my
Yeah,
dad."
he's been released since.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, well.
So
So yeah, we should have won it.
Yeah, it is what it
Yet
is, man.
again,
You can't be dropping points like that. And City
VAR
is the reason
screwing us
why.
over. I wasn't even going to go there until Ian brought it up.
I mean, VAR was screwing you over.
smart.
I mean, VAR screws over the next team on our list, Arsenal,
really.
Newcastle.
Ain't that the truth?
Absolutely
Not
screwed
really.
over.
Not screwed over. You guys weren't going to win that game.
I mean, you guys weren't either
We won it though. So
until you were handed a victory.
The only problem with that goal that I personally have
What is it?
was the Joe Linton, that foul. Other than that, no, nothing else.
Dude, I think
BN Sports released this thing. They did their little cameras. It was inside. The offside, it depends on where the ball was going and because Gabriel was behind Raya. So
Correct. So
Raya wasn't the last defender anymore. He can keep someone onside because he wasn't the last person. Gabriel was acting as the goalkeeper.
Right. No. I know. That's why, because Raya is now the last defender. So they're both technically in an offside position in relation to like the last defender. But for the ball, it just matters where the ball is, and they couldn't make it conclusive evidence.
And if depending on where the ball was passed, if Gordon was behind it or above it.
Look, man.
If this is what it's gonna be like, just get rid of VAR.
No, but
man.
that's the rule. But the thing, if you get rid of VARs, then you have like Man United getting handball goals for no reason, like stuff like that. These like actually help the game. Like I agree that I think it was a foul. Maybe you shouldn't have counted, but it did.
No,
so,
I'm just saying
All right. To begin my little rant,
here we go.
we need this is a league where we're spending £100 million on a player. Can we get a camera that goes down each sideline and just like
the World Cup camera.
Yeah,
I agree.
like that's ridiculous.
Or
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Fucking everywhere, man. Like what?
I think we should also
what's
get a
the
camera
deal?
on the
above
corner
shots.
kicks.
Yeah, above
Give them.
I mean, the NFL has them in the pylons. Can we put something in the flag?
How can you not just put something in the ball that like lets you know
tells you if it's out?
if it's
well,
if we have goal line technology,
that's
no,
hard.
we can
It's
do that with
because
goal
it's
line
not
technology.
The whole,
though.
it's not the whole ball though. That it's like if the whole
Because
ball
it's a
can
you
go
have
sphere.
out.
Yeah.
It's a
sensors
sphere.
like everywhere on the
guess,
surface of the
but
ball.
That
Just to give you a little bit of context, the goal line tech requires like 5 cameras placed all around the goal that basically tell them everything about it.
They can't do that with every line in the game.
I don't know how they can't do that with like just the goal line, because it'd be pretty simple. You just like set a camera on the line. But that's besides the point. I have like a little metaphor for what happened on Saturday. If you're driving down the highway and you're going like 7 over, you're probably not going to get pulled over, right?
Right.
If you're driving down the highway, you're going 7 over, you have a taillight out, and you have like empty beer cans in your dash.
Drunk as hell.
You're probably asking to get pulled over.
Yeah.
There is too much shit surrounding that goal for it to like count. You can't like have that happen. We don't have the technology to say whether or not it's in or out, so you're just going with the call on the field, which could be wrong. You don't have the technology to see whether or not it's actually a foul. The only person that knows how hard Joe Linton pushed Gabriel is Joe Linton and Gabriel. And then you don't have. We're never going to know if that's offsides.
But I can say the exact opposite. Like you said, you don't know. So it could have been in. It could have not been a foul, and it could have been onside at the same time. So I would say give it to the benefit of the doubt at that point, because it could have been either or at this point. So why not why do you guys win that game? It's like, or not win, but
because
not get a goal.
There's more against the goal.
Yeah.
Than
There's also
for.
against us because it's a home game.
I don't follow.
Like, this is a big game. Like, we're not going to go to Emirates and probably win.
Yeah.
So this is like a big game for us too. It's not like
Okay, so what's the point of VAR then?
Yeah, I'm saying we need to improve.
If we can't get
VAR.
things right.
If we're still talking about home
But the
field
thing, okay,
advantage,
let's say
and
there
shit,
wasn't VAR. It would have been a goal. Like, it would have been. They
Yeah,
wouldn't have checked it. It would have been a goal.
No, it's true. That
So
would
it's
have
like,
been a goal.
You take out VAR, that's a goal immediately.
I just think there's
put
too
in
much
VAR, so
going
goal.
on surrounding the goal to like count it.
I think
Because at the end of the day, you still don't know if it's the correct decision.
Yep.
And that's just the shitty part about VAR in its current state.
If they made it do its job, then how could they still rig games? If they got it, if they advanced it as
First
much
of all-
as
first of all,
they can.
I almost believe you.
I don't think any games is rigged.
No, I don't know. Kai Havertz looked like he was getting paid to do something.
Okay. Let's
Well,
talk.
yeah, we can talk about everything else.
About the WWE match that was happening. in
Yeah,
this fucking game.
seriously, dude.
I'm gonna throw this
Oh,
out
yeah.
since Eddie Howe's been appointed. I feel like this has been like kind of a derby. Every time we play
a little bit.
Arsenal, there's something. Someone hates someone. I don't know who hates who, but they try to fight every single time. Like Saka was getting thrown. Like just
Dan Burn deserves to go to prison for what he was doing.
Yeah,
Why?
His back is blown out.
Yeah, I know.
Chilling, bro.
Why is Bruno just so angry?
Bro,
Dude, it's Romero,
I don't
Argentinian,
get it.
Bruno, Guimaraes, Brazilian. It's like the South American. Some of them have just hatred.
You know what was worse
Deep
than
in their heart.
You know what was worse than this one? The Champions League against PSG. He was running behind Ugarte and just rocked him in the back.
Hit him in the head, bro. He has like a history of
Bro,
this.
he gets mad. Like like when you say a passion merchant, that's him. He gets like
That's not
very
even passion, man. That's just hatred.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think I'll
He should
agree
have
that
seen
he
red.
probably should have got a yellow or red for that.
No, okay. So Kai Havertz probably should see red. That is like a deep orange card.
No,
what
he should have
does.
got like red for that tackle. But then he also should have got a second yellow for that tackle against Callum Wilson.
Yes, I
this
agree.
dude just goes in, studs up, and it's like whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, and he was doing it all day until I guess halftime. But I think that second yellow might have happened after halftime. So I don't know. I'm surprised that he even started. I think Odegaard had to be out for an injury. So
He has a muscle problem.
yeah,
There's just no consistency, man. Shit's crazy out
Yeah,
It is,
here.
it's
but the
nuts.
thing is, I'm not mad because Kai Havertz
You won, yeah.
Kai Havertz didn't get a red. Bruno didn't get a red. It is what it is. I'm gonna,
yeah. I
because
think
if anything, you would have got a red first, and that
Right.
game could have shifted completely.
oh, for sure.
But like, it is what it is. None of them got reds. Bruno got a yellow for stiff arming. Who was it? Jorginho.
Jorginho in the back of the
Yeah.
head.
No, not that
no,
one.
no, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
just
different
straight.
one.
No,
Yeah.
was it Fabio Vieira?
Yeah, it was.
Bro
Vieira.
was acting, bro. He pushed him in the chest. He grabbed his head, and it was flipping and stuff.
Bruno deserved a yellow at some point.
Yeah, he
so
did.
the
Now
fact
he's
that he
out
got
next
one for
game.
that.
There's just
Yeah.
a general lack of control over the game by the ref.
Also,
yeah,
the
in
ref
general.
had a big oopsie.
What was
Okay.
that oopsie?
When Kai Havertz almost killed my friend Sean Longstaff,
He's ass.
right? Is he?
Yes.
Is he?
He's only slightly
Champion
better than
League-
my ass player.
Champion League goal scorer.
Kai Havertz is his fucking
Oh,
Champions
this is
League
what
final goal
Newcastle
scorer.
fans have going.
Goal scorer. Right. No,
Oh
but
my
like when all of them surrounded the ref for that,
Yeah.
Gordon, Shar.
Oh, they got like three yellows.
But like when we scored the goal and your whole fucking team surrounded him, none of them got yellows.
Yeah,
all
'cause
of them. No.
Newcastle players
it
are like
doesn't- but
known sexist and racist, and they
Partey,
just say
Partey's
horrible
not
things.
playing because he's has a rape allegation. So don't
Holy
be
shit,
ashamed
this
of me,
changed
bro.
directions quickly.
But like
Quickly.
that has to be consistent. We can't get yellows early that game, and none of y'all got yellows for surrounding. Like it was 7 of y'all just going surrounding him.
Not when he gave you the game.
No, but you should have got a yellow. That's the rule. He
Okay.
gave you the game. You almost killed the dude, man. You almost broke his leg if he connected properly.
what the
You
hell,
know, in the
Ian?
UFC,
What the hell,
if you get
Ian?
hit in the back of the head,
It wasn't
you
back
are
of the head.
completely
It was
disqualified.
a temple. He was trying to tell him,
Oh, so
wake up.
So
Okay.
even
It's
worse.
time to play the game. It's time to play the game.
Time
Wake
to play
up.
the game. Wake up. Here's an elbow
Well, I
into
thought it was
the
a
back of
good.
your head.
I thought it was a good, man game. Like
Good
some
man.
some
Man's
old
man.
2005 Premier League type of thing.
I mean,
like
it was
pushing.
absolutely
It
a
was-
slugfest.
Now we have way a lot of injuries.
Oh, yeah,
lot of
it's-
injuries.
Arsenal looked like shit in that game. They did not look like scoring at any point, and this is why we need Odegaard and Gabby Jesus back. The only person that looked good for us, in my opinion, was probably that boy Martinelli. And that's about it.
We have 7 injuries now.
Hell
and some
yeah.
of them are big injuries.
Hell
And plus we have a restless gambler. It's not gonna
Hell
stop.
yeah.
But that's
It'll never
another
end.
thing. His accomplice, what's his name? Nikulu Zanzillo?
Zaniolo.
Zaniolo?
Mhm.
Why is he not banned?
Maybe
he's a-
he just hasn't been tried yet.
Bro, they were
Has-
together in that
Has
vision.
Tonali actually been banned yet?
10 months.
Done.
For having
Dusted.
a good time. And you know how crazy that sounds? But Mason Greenwood can play in Spain. But he was trying to have
Okay.
a good time with his friends.
Totally agree.
Make some
That is
money,
nuts.
man. That's crazy. But I thought it was a good game. Eddie Howe's cooking, making players way better than I ever thought they could be.
I
Lascelles?
don't know about all this.
Bro, Lascelles?
Yeah, he's great.
Lascelles?
He looks great.
Sean Longstaff, Joe Linton, Miguel Almerion. All of these
Almerion.
all of these were championship level players 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not cap. Don't look at me that.
Wasn't Almiron balling before?
No.
How?
He literally had
No,
4
He was
goals
ass.
in 4 years.
he was terrible. And Joe Linton was like
Joe Linton.
one of the worst signings ever
Someone
in the
said he's
Prem.
a fake Brazilian. His name is Joel.
His name is just Joe.
Joe. He's not a real Brazilian.
Average Joe.
They used to call him the fake Brazilian.
Well,
so how are you guys gonna handle with all those injuries?
It's
They're
very
not.
simple. We're gonna cook.
Oh,
Bro, we had injury. Look who we played against when we played against Man United in the Carabao Cup. We basically played people that you've never heard of.
okay.
You know who Matt Ritchie is?
I mean, Matt Ritchie's a Premier League
a long-standing
know.
Premier League player.
guy.
Bro, it looks like Eddie Howe.
Bournemouth, I think.
He came in against Man United, allegedly the biggest club in England.
I was gonna say this is man you were talking about.
Yeah, but look who we fielded: Paul Dummett, Lascelles,
Never heard of Paul Dummett.
Jamal. What's his name? Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sneak that one in there.
Livermento.
He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he came on
this is
like,
copium.
later than halftime.
What you mean? He looked good in both games. He locked up Jack Grealish.
I mean, you guys are about to drop some points because
To
of this.
who?
To whoever you're missing a lot of your.
Yeah, but
your
a lot of
main
them.
guys.
This was gonna happen.
I mean, when they play Tottenham.
we play Bournemouth, then we
Yeah.
have a week off. Isak and Botman will be back then.
Okay.
That's good, right?
That is
When
good.
January comes, guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna sell that fraud Callum Wilson. I'm tired of him, man. I'm just kidding.
He's a fraud.
He's not a fraud, but I can't have both of them. They're too injury prone. I can't do that. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart.
Mo's making the moves.
Yeah, but
Hopefully they sell him to a Prem team.
We're gonna sign a winger, like in January, and a center back.
Yeah, a good winger.
and a
Like
6
to play where Anthony Gordon plays.
Damn, he got
Didn't
more
he
goals than
score the
Martinelli, huh?
game winner?
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
All right.
For
well,
sure.
Didn't
Martinelli has been injured this season, so.
Definitely
Sounds like a
replacing
personal problem. Fix
Almiron,
your knees.
or as Mo calls him,
I'm
Almerion.
Elmier, I'm done
I don't
with
care
the,
about his
the
names,
Newcastle
man.
talk.
All I gotta say, Newcastle's back. They doubted us. We're the only club in England that's in the quadruple race still.
That's true.
Only club in England.
I
You guys
mean,
are not winning the league. Let me be clear
Hey,
about
What
that.
place are you in right now?
And then we can talk
6.
about two other teams that are absolutely not going to win the league. We've got Brentford, West Ham.
That was a banger of a game.
That is a banger of a game. Brentford come back from 2-1 down at half to win this game. Kudu scores a bike or like a scissor kick in this game.
acrobatic.
Yeah, just like
Why
a
is
Crazy goal.
Why is he at West Ham?
dude. He is
Don't know.
good. That man is really
Like,
good.
why
at
didn't no one
football.
say, "Hey, maybe we should sign this dude," like an Arsenal or
Dude,
Newcastle?
I
Like,
am over
don't
here like,
get-
how did we spend 65 mil on Havertz when this guy exists?
How did Doku go under the radar like that?
Okay, we can talk about him next. The Doku show
Sorry.
is real.
Nah, we skipping that bullshit game.
No, we do have to say one thing. West Ham fans in the middle of the week, as they're cooking Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, boo Declan Rice when he comes back to their
deserved.
absolutely not deserved. Won them their only trophy ever. Like
Did he do it by himself?
And then got a bunch
Basically.
of cash for their team to spend.
yeah, and let them rebuild
Yeah.
their entire team.
Yeah, listen, man.
And this is karma. This is payback. Don't boo your ex-player that moved on because you guys are never going to play in the Champions League.
I'd boo anybody.
Yeah, that's because you have no heart.
Bro, it's not about heart, bro. He left. He wanted to leave.
He stayed for so
he
long.
stayed for
Bro,
extra
he's-
years
Bro,
to try and
I'ma
get
throw
them
this out.
somewhere.
Listen, but they gave him the opportunity to play this beautiful because he got rejected from Chelsea. They said, "You're a scrub. You can never play for this club." Right?
He's a superstar.
Yeah, but because they made him into one.
Okay.
I don't know about all that, man.
All right.
You're supposed to stay with West Ham your whole career just because?
Why not? Steven Gerrard did that.
Okay, that's. I mean,
Because that
that's
team was
different.
actually
Yeah.
capable of doing
Winning
things
trophies.
greater
Yeah.
than winning
Guess
the
what?
conference league.
Rice and him have the same amount of Premier League, so it didn't do that much for him. He should have left, probably.
Well, maybe he should have.
Yeah.
I mean, he's well regarded as one of the
I mean-
greatest Premier League players ever. So, if Declan Rice can do that with his career coming to Arsenal,
These
I'll
are
be
crazy takes.
very pleased.
Yeah, but I think West Ham is really good, though.
I do
Based on
not think they're
what?
really good. They just
Go
lost.
ahead, give us.
They're
They
a good
lost what,
team.
3 in a row now?
Bro, you can lose games and still win.
You just said really good.
Yeah, they're a really good team.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about their last 3 games.
Not the great. They
They
beat
lost to
Arsenal.
Brentford.
You forgot they beat Arsenal in the midweek.
I'm talking about
yeah,
the
we're
Premier
just talking
League.
about the Prem.
They lost to Brentford. Who'd they lose to last week?
Well, let me look.
Everton and Aston Villa.
So Villa's a pretty good.
Yeah, so they lost to 2 good teams, who are also very good teams.
Ooh,
Villa's a very good team.
very good team. Yes, Villa is a very good team.
Brentford's a good team.
You said very good.
Yeah, they're still
And I
very
don't-
good.
I
They're not
wouldn't
the
say
best team.
Everton
Good
are not
either.
a very good team.
Everton is hit or miss team.
Yeah, which I think is exactly the same as West Ham. Yeah, I think West Ham either hits because they get like 3 good chances a game and they bang all of them, and then they're able to pack it in, or they don't and they get routed.
Yeah, when they win, they're exceeding expectations.
I agree.
They get bailed out by their talent up top.
They also have some injuries or suspensions, so that doesn't help.
Very good team.
They have one of their star players out. So when a smaller team, right, has a star player out, that's just like a big thing.
There's just too many very
like
good teams in the league.
When Liverpool, like
for West Ham to be a very good team.
Like, let's say hypothetically, Liverpool Nunez is out, you got Jota still. But when like Lucas Paqueta is out, you got Said Benrahma, bro.
And that's a very good team to you.
Bro, I'm not saying they're the best team. It's like still a very good team.
Okay.
They would give anybody trouble on any given day.
They haven't been giving nobody trouble
That's a
lately.
very good team. Like if
I don't think they're a very good team. I think they are a
mid-table
team. They're quite clearly probably like 10th best in the Prem.
Not 10th.
That is not very good.
Here's
in my
here's
eyes.
Mo's gauge. It goes excellent,
very good,
great. No, we're not a very good yet. Excellent,
You're wrong.
great.
It's perfect.
Okay, then excellent,
Excelente, right?
and then great, and then very good.
Then very good.
Oh, okay.
And then what? Bums?
Then
absolutely, that is
bro,
the way.
Anybody who's like 10th and below,
anyone
honestly,
that's not very good,
just like
trash.
Just shite. This is alright, bro. I'm
Fair
not
enough.
worried about you.
Well,
bum.
then the next game we have to talk about is one team that is perfect and one team that is shite.
A team that I had expectations for this season.
What, Bournemouth?
Maybe don't sack Gary O'Neill.
Dude, honestly, that's like the number one driver of their failure this season is the fact that they sacked him and shouldn't have.
Yeah, I think
bring Eddie Howe back.
Hey.
Yeah, go back to a big club, Eddie Howe.
With history.
What you mean? What you mean? What you talking about?
Well, City were the only
team
in like the top 6 in the current like top 5 that got a result. Tottenham lose, Arsenal lose, Liverpool draw.
That's a result.
It's a result given the circumstances of being 1-0 down in the 95th minute. But not a result if you
I know.
go into
I'm
it
joking.
that way. And then Aston Villa lost, but City
routed.
just absolutely routed Bournemouth, which everybody seems to do. And it was the Jeremy Doku show, who I think is probably the most exciting player in the Prem right now.
Signing of the season, maybe.
Possibly.
On the second assist to Bernardo Silva when he came from the right side, this dude looked. He was
cooking.
I don't know who was in front of him, but this dude was looking for a map, bro. He was like,
needed
"Where
a
you
compass,
at, bro?" He was going, "Please stop."
Dude, my favorite part about that goal was how Bernardo Silva just ran and didn't even
give him
acknowledge
anything,
Doku because that's all Doku.
Bro, Bernardo Silva.
Also saucing. His second goal of the game, where Doku plays him in with kind of like a raked ball from behind half and just plays him in behind the defense. Disgusting. He sauces the defender and then just dinks it over the keeper. And like, Haaland looked like shit in this game and got pulled off at half with an injury, and they still 6-1 something.
Yeah, but Haaland is like a guy, right?
That is true.
If he's like, but the thing is, if you watch the first half, they just did but he just like
true.
They didn't give him the ball. Basically, that's pretty much. He had one.
He had 2 or 3 good opportunities.
He had one like good opportunity, but other than that, it's like, bro, they're already 3 up, bro. It's like we don't need.
Yeah, don't risk it.
Yeah,
I agree.
just take him off. And it's like, but
Haaland's a luxury player.
I'm just saying, Haaland is not a luxury player. Let's be very clear about that.
No, he is.
Yeah, he took him from non-treble to treble.
Yeah,
that is not a luxury.
And broke the Premier League goal scoring record.
And was top goal scorer in Europe, Champions League, Premier League. Yeah, that's a very cool luxury player, dog.
Yeah. The best, one might say.
The best luxury player.
But without him, they would still be.
They might not have won a treble.
That's true.
So
they wouldn't have.
What I mean is that teams can decide to guard Haaland specifically, and goals still come in from everywhere. And then if you don't, okay, let's get your gauge going, bro. What's Haaland?
Haaland's
Excelente, or is he perfect?
Haaland's like top 10. Top 10.
Okay.
top
sure.
10
player
now
right
in the
now,
world?
or ever.
in the world right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's not better than Belligul.
The only thing I have to say is, can anyone, off the top of their head, remember a time where Manchester City got absolutely shafted by VAR?
No. I mean, not even in the past 5 years.
That's what I'm saying. Why is City never the one? Because today I'm listening to a press conference where Pep Guardiola is talking about the Arteta rant after the Newcastle game, where he's like, "This is like absolutely unacceptable." Blah 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 blah.
I can think of one.
What is the one time?
Last year, Bruno Fernandes was impeding on the player. He was offside and kind of in the way of a player.
Oh yeah, that's
or Marcus
true.
Rashford. Sorry, it was Marcus
Yeah.
Rashford. He was impeding on a
Fernandes runs
Bruno
in.
Fernandes. Yeah. So there you go.
Okay, I will give you that one, but that's the only one that I have like
knowledge.
Big
thought
brain.
of. No, that was good. You pulled that.
Perfect.
Other than me thinking that the league is rigged for Man City because of Saudi money.
What's his name came out and said something. Mark Goldbridge.
About
You
what?
fucking fraud. Because he also put Newcastle's names like, oh, Newcastle and City, what did they have in common? I'm like, oh, last year we got shafted 12 points.
Yeah.
But I guess if you have Arab owners, anything can go. I guess they just pay everything.
Your
like,
PayPal's just weren't
apparently.
hitting yet.
Yeah, it's like we have not. Other than today, yesterday, I guess, or 2 days ago, that was like a dodgy call, but not.
Yeah.
Not
Dude,
extreme.
I just feel like Arsenal has gotten extra shafted this year. So.
I just remembered something that about the Arsenal Newcastle game.
What?
The referee that was
Yeah.
doing that couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
Like 10 years ago, not a couple. He was
Okay.
doing a reading in somewhat West Brom game, and he counted a goal, okay, that never went in. It hit the side of the net, and he counted it as a goal.
Yeah, I mean we don't have to continue talking about the
Yeah, I
level
just
of
remembered
officiating
that.
in the league, but it's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't understand how
So
people
that's-
that like have never played soccer
Yeah.
before are officiating.
It's not
the
even
game.
that. How can someone make that big of a mistake?
Yeah, and then
you go, oh yeah, you can referee one of the biggest games this weekend.
I mean,
I don't know, mate.
I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah.
I don't.
It boggles my mind every week.
Yeah, but
Speaking of boggling my mind every week, United Fulham. 10 fraud.
10 fraud. I had to get that out, bro.
Everybody's
bad.
got to get that out, man. That is like
I mean, it's just a week in, week out thing. No.
yeah, it's
He reminded
ridiculous.
me of what Jose Mourinho said once, that if you're a coach at a big club, right,
Mhm.
you have to know how to manage big players. Because like Jose Mourinho said, he's like, I can't teach Ibrahimovic how to touch a ball with his chest.
Mhm.
I can't teach Ronaldo this. I can't teach whoever this.
Mhm.
And I think 10 fraud is just an under 21 coach at this point. Like,
He's an egomaniac, man.
like for Ajax, they're all kids basically. They're all
Yeah.
like oh, we're not like stars yet, and that's his limit. It was like he can't. I don't think he can coach like players who like have egos. Like because like Ronaldo was in the wrong. Clearly not. Like if everyone has a problem with you, you're the problem at this point, buddy. And it's just like
buddy.
I just think that bald dude just needs to stop. And
You got a problem with bald people? You've been saying bald fraud and
yeah,
that
because
bald
it's
dude.
like when Pep
Grow
said
some hair.
when Pep said the Korean guy, it just rubbed
Yeah.
me the wrong way.
Okay, I
We
understand
talk about
the
this
Pep
every
one.
Then
week.
when this Ten Hag said, "Time for a new era," it's time for a new haircut, buddy.
Crazy,
That's what it's time
crazy
for.
quote.
I don't really want to talk about this game that much because I think Fulham are just lucky that there are 3 worse teams in the Prem than them, and Man
Yeah.
United are lucky that Bruno Fernandes or somebody is stepping up to like save them against these terrible teams.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It happens
It's
week
crazy
in, week
how
out.
hard it is.
Oh, how many wins do Fulham have?
Here, let me check the table.
Also, I think Bruno Fernandes is a ceiling raiser.
I don't. agree
He's
with
a
that.
luxury player.
He is a luxury
I think
player.
he's a luxury player.
He's
think
absolutely a luxury
He cannot
player.
be the best. Him and Rashford cannot be the best players on your team.
Yeah, totally agree.
I mean-
Fulham are in
They're
I feel like Bruno would be
11th or 15th place with a total of 3 wins, 3 draws,
Yeah.
5
The
losses.
3 wins are against Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
3 teams worse than them,
Yeah.
and they'll probably stay up because of that.
They need a striker.
They need a
like,
striker
really
bad.
bad.
They're going to sell Polina for a bag and hopefully rebuild that team is what I think is going to happen, and I hope that all of Man U's good players leave.
No.
I don't really even know if there are any good ones at this point, but
Man, I would cry if we got Paulinho.
Yeah, Fulham about to sell him, but they're going to get relegated next year because their owner,
think?
Shad Khan, is going to take all that money, right?
and just shove it
And
in his
just
pockets.
relocate Jacksonville to London with that money.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He does own the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, and he wants to go to London. And
Instantly number one most hated football team in the U.S., somehow surpassing the Cowboys instantly.
why?
Yeah.
They love the Jacksonville Jaguars in London.
Well, the
Mo is a
aren't
Jacksonville
the
Jaguar
Cowboys
fan,
also the most loved team in
Yeah.
the
They're
United
America's
States?
team, buddy.
but that's why they're the most hated.
Okay, got it.
Because they're America's team, but most Americans hate them. And they always... We don't need to talk about football.
Yeah, we're not talking about football.
Touchdown.
Wolves, Sheffield.
Boring ass game.
I don't think. I mean, it was
I
boring.
don't understand Wolves.
I do. They're just like out their best player,
Yeah.
and they got shafted by VAR in this game. That is not a penalty.
They had two. There was two of them. The second one was a penalty. I thought the first one was really a penalty when I saw it.
The
'Cause there
one
was
where the
two
dude
calls.
kicks his leg out to like make contact with the other guy.
No, not
and then-
Fabio Silva about that one. There was another one. I thought it was a handball, and I thought they were gonna get a penalty. But
Oh,
then
for Wolves.
no, against Wolves. It was before this one. There's two calls.
Okay.
It was a bit like 5-10 minutes earlier than that.
Yeah.
And he it was clear. I'm like, bro, this is a handball.
Hmm.
And they just didn't give it. I was like, all right, cool. I got Max Kilman on my fantasy team. No negative points. I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. Then couple minutes later, just like, yeah, penalty, which I didn't think that one was a penalty. I thought he tried to stop, and the dude kind of like extended.
Yeah, he just like puts his
Foul.
leg out to
Yeah.
like get fouled, but that's not.
Super weak.
It's clearly not a foul. Cameron Archer scores an absolute banger in this
Pisser.
one. Yeah, just a pisser. He looks great. He's probably the only bright spot for this team. Good to see him get a
It's
win.
a huge win.
Yeah, it's a giant win.
I mean-
at home, like
Honestly, this week alone, like last week, I felt like I had a good grasp on where the league was heading. And then this week happened. And it's just absolutely turned things upside down. I mean, Sheffield getting a win just to bring them close to anybody around them
yeah,
is
I mean,
crazy.
they end up tied with Burnley on points. So Burnley's just beating them on goal difference with -19 instead of -21. And then Bournemouth is just above them with 6 points, tied with Luton. And Luton just has a better goal difference. And if honestly I was a betting man, I'd bet that Luton stays in right now.
Nah,
You don't think so?
I think whoever came up is going back down.
Just the whole lot, all
Luton
three of them.
look like they're up for the challenge, especially when they're at home.
And they've made these like veteran additions. Like Andros Townsend debuted as a starter
Crazy.
this weekend. And yeah, it's nuts that he's coming off of like a torn ACL last year, commentating at the beginning of the season, and is now playing again for Luton.
Yeah, bro, he was commentating. He's like, yeah, these dudes suck ass.
Yeah, he's like, I can
Let
go
me play.
I can still do this.
I mean, Bournemouth,
I feel bad for I think their coach is decent. He's not bad. I think they have injuries.
I think he's good. I think the coach is like,
I think he'll get better once Tyler Adam comes and helps that midfield.
yeah, I just
This
don't know
is
if one player
like-
can save that team.
Yeah, but
the
I think
third
they're-
week in a row
Where we've said that,
that.
you guys love Tyler Adams as much as I do.
I mean,
Are you as
in a
American
US
do you love
jersey,
freedom as much as I do?
You love oil.
The U.S. in the U.S. jersey, yes, but do I see him making that big of a
Bro,
difference in midfield?
No.
I think
Absolutely not.
when when Leeds went down is because he went down too.
'Cause he was
got
injured.
hurt. Yeah, and their midfield is bro. He's really good. Like genuinely, I think most of the American players are fraudulent. Honestly,
No, I
Either-
think he's actually very talented.
he's like one of the three that I'm like, okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Like you're a good player. You should go mid-table maybe right now.
Or maybe just keep Bournemouth up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he could do it. Like one player can make a difference. You really like
I mean, when the difference is 2 points right now, absolutely you can make that difference.
like
I
one
just
player
think
can get you 6 points at least.
I mean, I just don't see Luton going down just because of the fights that they've been putting up against like top 6
I
teams.
need them to go down.
you need them to.
Yeah, bro. I don't want small clubs in the Premier League. This is a big league.
This is a
Only.
huge
Doesn't seem like a
Cinderella
big league.
story.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it with the way that it's officiated sometimes. But
Leicester's coming back up. Luton's going back down.
dude, the whole point of being in a big league like this is that you just have to be so great week in, week out. And Villa weren't capable of that this week against a Nottingham Forest side who scored a great goal in the 5th minute by Aina. And then in the 47th minute, we got something to talk about here.
Emiliano Martinez?
Yeah, bro. He gets like put in these conversations of like best goalkeeper in the world, I feel like. And he, like, don't get me wrong, World Cup, incredible performance.
No, he wasn't. No, bro.
It was. It was a great World Cup.
Yeah, when it came to like saving pens, bro.
And the save on Kolomuani in the final.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's conceded. It's not like he's like not conceding, not doing this stuff. He is conceding quite a bit. Even the World
wishy-washy.
Cup, bro. If you concede 2 to Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah,
you might have a problem. If like,
Okay.
and it was like stupid goals too, both of them. Like, yeah, bro. Then you concede 2 against Netherlands. He had 1 clean sheet the whole tournament. He is not the best goalkeeper in the world, as they're trying to
the
say.
fact that
he might be
did he
Wanko
win
of the
that
week.
award?
Yeah,
bro.
He won
And
the
Ballon
Goalkeeper of the
d'Or.
Year
And the
award.
Ballon d'Or. There was
A goalkeeper
Well,
above him. Yeah,
and he won the goalkeeper award. I'm like,
It
bro,
was kind of ridiculous.
bro, who what's his name? Ter Statue? He should have won that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely had the best season out of any goalie last year, unless you want to maybe argue Allison, but he didn't win the league, so I think you got to give it to Ter Stegen.
Yeah,
Allison didn't even make the list.
that's not surprising.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
It's not surprising.
No, it's because of the World Cup, and you had three goalkeepers that really stood out that World Cup. The Moroccan one, I guess this fraudulent person, and
This fraudulent guy.
and the Polish dude who plays for Juventus. I can't pronounce his name.
Chesney.
Shizney.
He played phenomenal.
Yeah.
Both of those goalkeepers played a better World Cup than he did.
This game
I might agree with that. I watched this.
blew me away.
They were absolutely out of ideas. Aston Villa could not do a single thing correct on offense. They had opportunities to score that kind of came out of nowhere. Couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Ollie Watkins looked trash. Moussa Diaby didn't look really like he was ever going to score. I mean,
They gotta stop playing Zaniolo, man. That dude is.
he
just-
actually was the only person that looked like scoring, and it was in the first half for like 2 chances, and that
he's
was it.
dog water.
Yeah,
bro.
He is not
They're
good.
about to come and get him. Gambler.
Yeah.
Leave.
He's got to go. That's what you get for having a good time with your
Also,
pals.
Forest has not lost a home game in the last 7 games, like dating back to last season as well.
Really?
So they
Kind of a fortress over there.
Villa also have not lost a home game as well this year. I think I'm pretty sure.
Toffolo. Toffolo.
Toffolo.
With
Yep.
2 assists. Wasn't he about to get yopped for something, and then they gave him a.
Bro, everyone get
Everybody's
It might have
gonna
been
get yapped for
gambling.
something.
It really might have been gambling.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
just-
only thing they seem to crack down on.
Yeah, they just checked his ethnicity before they.
They're like, they're like, who's making money except for us? Can't let that happen.
Definitely can't let that happen.
Dang, we really brushing over that. Nottingham Forest held this electric team to 0 goals.
Yeah, but I don't.
They did not look electric though.
Yeah,
and their
I
I
think
think their
it's-
6-game win streak is now snapped.
I think it's the Unai Emery curse. He has a limit. Like he's one of the few managers in the league that I'm like, this Villa. Like, sorry, Villa fans, unless you spend millions of dollars, I guess. Their limit is like 6th to 7th, and that's who I see him too. Maybe winning Europa League, but never Champions League.
I can see
Never
him
that stuff.
winning like a cup competition.
He's a tier
but
2 manager in my eyes.
I think he has plenty of potential to turn this team into something.
No, I've seen him do it, but I don't think he's like an Arsenal, Real Madrid, like those.
Yeah, I
types of
agree. No,
teams.
I think he is.
He's like
yeah.
tier 2 at the moment. I know that I've seen him like choke.
Yeah. I think this week in the Prem really reminded everybody
Of their
that
mortality.
There's
I
well,
was
sure,
doing-
I guess. Yeah,
Just in
just
the
reminded all
league.
the fans, the whole league that anything can happen.
Anything can
you
happen.
can't predict anything really. I mean, even this.
yeah, this
what-
result, Everton, Brighton.
What the
like,
hell?
Brighton seemed to have lost the plot.
No, this is actually
Got a tie with an own goal.
Everton and Brighton, I think, in the last couple of games have 16 goals between them. So I was surprised this one was low scoring.
Well, dude,
And one of them,
Because last time they played,
Everton's was a
last
7-minute
year they
goal
smacked
from their
them.
left back.
Yeah.
They smacked them 4-1.
Yeah, I
Everton always
remember that.
beats
Mhm.
Brighton for some reason.
Dude, there's it sucks because it was disallowed. Lewis Dunk, I think, is probably the best player on this Brighton team right now. Maybe Matoma. Dude, he scores an absolute peach of a goal off of a volley, and then it gets called back for offsides.
It was very close.
It was so disgusting, and it's so sad to see they get called back. But, I mean, they get a Ashley Young own goal in the 84th minute off of what I think was a Matoma cross.
Yeah.
And Mikalenko scored in the 7th minute. Their left back for Everton. Pretty
bad goal.
Pretty boring game. Like, really boring game.
It's like a rebound goal.
Sean Dyche made me very confused for subbing people in the last 10 minutes of the game. I'm like, bro, why are you subbing people so late into this game?
Dude, Sean Dyche is
he's a genius.
Ultimate, like, Brexit geezer. Just hoof it.
Over the top, in the middle, get a penalty, score it.
Give it to that boy,
Go
Dominic
home, eat
Calvert-Lewin.
some chips and gravy.
Little fish and chips.
Little fish and chips with the missus.
Then
maybe a pie.
Maybe going for a pint
A
with the
pint or
gazers.
two.
drink some Stellas and play some boxing with the missus.
We're not playing boxing with the missus.
Go get in a fucking altercation with your neighbor.
That's my favorite English stat. That after a game, domestic abuse. It's not my favorite, but it's like
Best English stat.
Best English stat. After an England game they play, if they lose, domestic abuse goes up by 60% or something.
That's fucking
Then
nuts.
if they win, it goes up by 30 still. So
I wonder how
no
much
matter
gun violence
what
goes up
happens,
in America.
Well, there's also
after
like
U.S. After like a football team loses,
No one
the
cares.
Cowboys lose.
they're like they just outside, man. We suck.
Yeah, if you get mad about the Cowboys losing, you haven't been watching enough football.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's like getting mad that like Everton loses a game, dog.
Yeah. On to our last game of the week.
I'll point with the lads.
God, bro. Crystal Palace, Burnley. We've got a 2-0 victory for the Palace lads.
Yeah.
Getting back to some form.
No, as he came in,
Yeah, as I saw the field, and it looks like I think
Olise about to come.
Olise going to be back very soon,
Then they're gonna
mid-November.
Then they're gonna sign a striker, and they're finishing top 10.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what they really need.
I think that Mateta could be that guy for them.
Until they sell their players in
Or it
January.
could be
They don't
Edouard.
really buy anybody.
With better outside players, I think Edouard could kind of be that guy.
Also, Burnley has not won a home game this year.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Also, this is what I'm saying about
Sheffield hasn't won an away game.
this is
Sheffield hadn't won a game until this week.
Pep disciples, right? They're always so good, whatever. Oh, we played under Pep, we're good. Yet you're only good if you have millions of dollars at your disposal. That is the Pep way. Xavi spent 150 more than the next person.
Yeah.
Pep spends trillions of dollars, according to me.
According to me.
Basic
For
company.
I think
inflation.
I think that what Pep is so incredible for, like, I definitely take things away from him because I think it's more impressive to, like, do great with less talent, like those Cinderella stories. Like, Klopp, I think, does more with less, and I think that's very impressive.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah, sure, Eddie Howe.
Don't
I
slip
think-
his name in there like that.
I think that Pep has the ability to make £100 million player, these like outlandish signings that a lot of teams are capable of making, look like £100 million player. And I feel like a lot of teams can make those types of signings and they just never flourish. I think the only one in recent memory that's flourishing right now is Bellingham. And I'd say Declan Rice is kind of living up to the price tag, but like Moises Caicedo he looks nowhere near as good at Chelsea as he did at Brighton. I think that there's just his system, he can adapt it to certain players and make them shine. And
Also,
I think that that's a skill as a manager.
Also, I like one thing. I don't like him generally.
I don't like him.
But like, I think he makes really good, tough decisions. Like he'll like Cancelo, Eto'o, Ronaldinho. He'll be like, yeah, you can fucking leave, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
I mean, he's dropped Jack Grealish from the side almost completely this year and put Doku in, and Doku looks...
Yeah, Doku clear of that
insane.
English fraud, man.
Okay, let's not call him an English fraud. He looked great against Man U last week, but I think Doku's just like chaos, and he's just like, I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
Burnley sucks, and they're going down again. JJ Watt, please save them.
I don't think J.J. Watt's going to save him.
He got money.
At the end of this Premier League week, since everybody else at the top except for City lost, we're back to the good old days.
No, we're
where Manchester City leads the league by a point over Tottenham, who are in second with 26 points. Liverpool and Arsenal are tied for third. Liverpool we have the same goal difference. Liverpool have just scored more, and we've conceded less. Tied at 24 points. Aston Villa, after losing this week, they could have gone into third technically if they would have won this game. They're at 22 points. Newcastle at 20 points in sixth. Brighton with 18 points. Man U with 18 points. And then last team of note really is Chelsea, sitting in 10th after a big win over top of the table Tottenham. 15 points.
And we also didn't mention it just had to be the man himself to come to Tottenham.
Oh, Mauricio Pochettino.
Yes, sir.
I don't. That game was so weird. I don't think.
Yeah.
Parody league.
It just goes out of my memory almost immediately.
I mean, man, this whole table is just so close across the board.
Oh,
it's kind of wild.
Like disgusting. It's the deepest Prem that I think I have lived through.
Yeah.
So
I mean, holy shit.
I think the deepest in top 10.
Yeah.
I think the bottom is
no.
kinda,
I think there's more parity between like the 10th best team and the 20th. I think that the low teams are very low.
Bad, yeah.
Like they've got
Chelsea,
4 points.
Chelsea's in 10th. They're tied on points with 11th, and then they're 2 points up on 12th.
Mm-hmm.
I think just the whole league, except for the bottom. Even the bottom, they're making it interesting.
Yeah.
Like last year too. That was pretty interesting until last week.
Yeah. I mean, at this point last season, Arsenal had 27 points through 10 games. That's what City have right now through 11. So nobody's really pulling away from the pack. I think anybody can still win this league.
No.
I think January signings will be huge.
We'll determine who wins it.
You know, it's funny. Arteta's like, damn, I almost won the league last year. You know why I need to sign? Kai Havertz.
You know what's funny?
He has more Champion Leagues than me, so I'm gonna sign him.
Newcastle signed avid gambling merchant
and they got
Sandro Tonali for basically the same fee. And
it was less. It was less.
Okay,
it was less.
how much less?
It was
like
20 million less.
Okay, that's fine.
And they got the same amount of goals.
And what's he going to be doing for the next, I don't know, 10 months?
I'm gonna tell you actually.
Gambling.
No.
Maybe sitting at the casino trying to get his salary.
So he can actually train with the team. So he's gonna be the assistant coach.
Yeah, he's the morale guy.
That's what we need. A guy that only speaks Italian to be the assistant.
No, he
assistant
speaks
coach.
English now.
Really?
I talked to him the other day.
All right.
They actually we're exchanging parlays.
Yeah. You guys are betting
Bro,
together.
hey,
Just not on.
he's telling me who's starting. But
You can't quit. You could win it next week.
Restless gambler, baby.
All right.
Jesus Christ, man.
Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Arch Rivals. We hope you have had fun. We know that we definitely have. Let us know what you thought of this week's fixtures in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Peace. Thank you for watching this episode of Arch Rivals. Make sure to check us out on YouTube at First Touch Media, and all of our socials are at First Touch 314. Thanks for watching.